Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/neckbeardstories because the last one actually did pretty well, so I could use another one of those analytic dopamine rushes, plus it gives me another excuse to play video games. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more of these storytime format videos in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on those notifications. Let's see if we can get this video to a good old round number of 1,500 likes in the first 24 hours. Okie dokie, let's go. Our first story comes to us from username Pansexual Calamity. Overgrown neckbeard asks me, a child, for a threesome. Hello, I've been listening to YouTube narrations of stories on this sub for about a week, and it's finally clicked that this story fits here. I'll introduce the cast quickly, and let's hop right into it, I guess. I'm not sure if this requires an NSFW tag, and this also doesn't have a satisfying ending. No, I didn't vaporize him or get him imprisoned, although if he tries anything again, I will make it my personal mission to ruin his future, trust me. So, our cast. Me, a 12 to 14-year-old at the time with messy blonde hair and blue eyes. This is semi-important. Elle was my partner, and we are still good friends. At the time, they went by she, her pronouns, but now he uses he, they, so that's how I'll refer to them. This may cause confusion, but I'd rather an internet stranger not follow the story than me purposely misgendering my friend. Z, extremely tall, around a year or two older than me, so 14 to 16 when this was going down. The neckbeard in question. M, adorable, one of my oldest friends, and love forest things such as moss, snails, and fungi. I am, or at least try to be, as friendly to everyone as I can be. I'll discuss things with people who seem lonely in class, I'll help people when possible, and I'll almost always answer their question. However, a lot of the population in my area is homophobic, and all seem to think I'm a lesbian. So, as helpful or friendly as I can be, the general majority doesn't seem interested in communicating, and some are outright nasty. So when I meet someone who isn't, I do generally think of them as a friend. Enter Z. Z was introduced to me by S in 7th grade. Z was tall, but didn't fit the general stereotype. He didn't stink, he doesn't wear anime t-shirts, and he didn't have a neckbeard, just a sad attempt at a mustache. However, he does enjoy anime, gaming, and edgy humor, and from day one, it was red flag central. My friends and I were discussing baking, and the topic turned to pie. Z was just scrolling on his phone the whole time, with S half paying attention to us both, and the majority of the friend group hanging out over with me. So, in an attempt to include him, "Hey Z, what kind of pie do you like?" "This one," he says with enthusiasm, flipping his phone to show a naked pink-haired anime girl doing some passionate hugging. S immediately steps in and thankfully stops Z from being perverted again. And thankfully no one saw but us three and another person who isn't really important to the story, although he is a close friend. I probably should have taken that straight to the teacher, but I thought, oh, it's just high school stuff, this is perfectly normal. Then, a few days later, the sun is shining, as it is most days in Australia, and I sprawl out on the concrete, waiting for the school bus home with M and a few other friends. Z is standing to the side, but he walks to stand about a meter from my feet and stares down at me before saying, "I can see your panties." I sit up quickly because what the frick, dude, and he walks back to the conversation blushing. My friend asks if I'm okay, and as they didn't hear him, but he looked creepy, and the little 12-year-old me says, "Oh, it's fine." Soon, I start sitting next to him on the bus, where he shows me memes and anime on his phone. One day, I ask him for some food, and he hands me a muesli bar, a snack sort of thing of like granola bar. I don't know other places have it, so I figured I'd clarify in case. And being a hungry and underweight child, I essentially devour the thing. He and another guy watched me eat creepily. Then came the swimming carnival. I was in my two-piece, and he approached me and we started talking. He then gestured to my stomach, poked it, and said, "You're chubby." S overhears and quickly takes over the conversation, while I run off embarrassed. Later, I find myself hiding under a bench near the pool, and I'm watching the bugs and things in the bushes when a foot connects with my back, sending tiny me onto the concrete. I'm crying because, again, what the frick, dude? And S comes up and asks me what happened as he saw me on the ground while I turn around and stare at my attacker. Guess who it is? Oh, sorry, I must have slipped. I didn't mean to kick you so hard. So you did intend to kick me? S helps me up, and I quickly run off. That day was honestly pretty sucky, although it is where I met L for the first time, so that was cool. From then on, Z and his creepy friend started to call me Princess Chubby, and I couldn't avoid them. Going to the bathroom, they were conveniently heading to the canteen and followed me along. The girls' bathroom and the entrance to the canteen are right near each other. Going to class, oh hey there, Chubby. On the bus, I would start to catch glimpses of suspiciously young-looking anime girls in various poses in his phone gallery. What do you know, they all look suspiciously similar to yours truly. However, I was not the smartest kid and didn't realize this was really creepy and toxic. Then, sports day, and S runs up to me while I'm chilling in the corner and says that, essentially, I need to stop hanging out with Z. At first, I thought he was interested in dating Z. He's bi, but that's not important to the story, until he explains. Basically, Z was drawing creepy versions of me and him dating and sleeping together. I immediately cut all contact with Z, as any sane person would. Cut to around late 7th to early 8th grade. L is catching my bus for once, and I sit with my partner and we cuddle and do middle school coupley things when something happens. Separate drama between L and my sister Dearest. L is crying while I do my best supportive girlfriend thing, and soon their stop shows up and I kiss L goodbye. Then Z calls me up to him. The dialogue goes as follows. Me trying to be polite. What's up? Is she okay? Oh, L, just a drama. We'll work through it. Oh, it's so nice of you to cuddle them and things. Yeah, they're my girlfriend, of course. I'll cuddle them. Oh, wait, girlfriend? You're gay? Yes. Why? Let me know when you guys start having adult fun time. Mild censorship, but you get what he means. Me, mentally, don't say that you think that. Please don't say what you think you say. Why? As enthusiastic as possible, three-way. I storm back to my seat, tears in my eyes, as I gather up my things and get off. I run home, and the next day I tell L, who then agrees to cut contact with him. Within the next week, L runs into my arms in tears. Apparently, Z's friend felt that he could fix them and decided to kiss L without consent. No way did I accidentally happen either, because the friend is at least 6 foot something and L was tiny at the time. I would have taken a seriously big lean, almost spine-snapping, to kiss L. We tell a teacher, but he doesn't get much more than a "don't do it again." So yeah, it's been almost a year since all of this, but don't worry, my fabulous readers, because there's also some stuff I couldn't work into the story. Z asked me, "Hey, can I get your Asian friend's number? She's cute." I asked him which one, because both M and another friend of mine are from the Philippines. His response, "There's two?" I did not give them their number or their contact info, partially because I myself didn't remember it, and I knew he was toxic at this point, but hadn't left yet. His friend that hit on L considered himself my cousin's brother. We are not cousins biologically, but we share a last name and look similar, so we can get away with it. And he developed a crush on me where it was heavily implied he liked me as more than family, Sweet Home Alabama. Z did some suggestive dancing at M, which basically involved pretending his groin was a laser gun around the start of year 7. He is now in 10th grade and was trying to befriend my friend's little sister, who's in year 7. I warned her he was a creep, and thankfully she left him alone. So yeah, he sucks. I don't care if he sees this, because he's a ped, and if he recognizes this, then even better. Zach, get the emotional help before I personally kick your butt and tell the cops everything. TLDR, creepy neckbeard degraded me, was perverted towards me and my partner, as well as my friend, asked us for a threesome, and then on top of it all, Off's his friend assaulted my partner, and the teachers didn't do anything. Oh yeah, and my friend and I are underage. So, thanks for reading this, I guess. I'll let you know if anything else happens, and feel free to ask for details/clarity. Again, thanks for reading this entire essay on my personal hatred against this neckbeard. I know most of the time people don't want to upset others, so they'll, even though they get a weird vibe around them, still hang out with them because they don't want to be the person that upsets their day. But still, you gotta think about yourself, and sometimes just take the initiative for yourself and just space yourself from them, because this stuff was starting to get out of hand real quick. Hopefully things have gotten better since then, so hopefully it does have some sort of a happy ending, even if it's not in our actual Reddit post itself, so I'm hoping things got better. Our next story comes to us from username punkrin19260. Gamer Neckbeard wants me to give him a bubble bath. I was thinking about this and how it seems to be a mirror Neckbeard story. Sorry if this seems poorly written. I'm half asleep and my memory is desperately trying to forget this creep. TLDR, I get creeped out by a gaming friend and end up blocking him before anything goes too far. As for a bit of context, at the time I was 19 and I am FTM trans, so my voice is obviously feminine. So I met, let's call him Pathy, through my best friends, we'll call them Wraith, a friend through a game called Apex Legends. Good game. We played with him now and then, but this day we just happened to get a bit flirty while we played, and I mentioned I liked his voice. It helped to calm me. We asked for my number so we could text. Unfortunately and fortunately, my phone had been off for 2 years, and so I didn't have service, so I offered my Instagram, one of my public ones. Pathy then offered to pay my phone bill, or at least put me on his plan because he can have a couple of other people. Him and Wraith exchanged numbers, and we exchanged Instas. At one point, when Wraith left to go make ramen, he started telling me about how he got into a major accident that ended up breaking one, or maybe both, but I honestly don't remember, of his knees, and he's been crippled since. Before Wraith came back, he mentioned he had never told anyone outside of his family. He also mentioned he didn't have many friends. I had to get up at 3 a.m. next morning, so I ended up getting off pretty early. We messaged back and forth a bit, and then I ended up falling asleep, because I be like that sometimes. When I got up, I noticed my Wi-Fi had turned off between when I had fallen asleep and woken up. Whatever, not a big deal, or so I thought. When I got to work, I answered messages from my close friends and just let them know that I was fine and my Wi-Fi had just been turned off. They know about my mental health and it's not good when I got radio silent. I ended up going to work without checking on Pathy, and I didn't check on him until my first break at like 10 a.m. or so. I had about 20 messages from him, one of them sticking in my mind. "You got me all unbothered, then you just ghosted me." My flirting was playful, not sexual, and it lasted maybe one game, about 15 minutes, and then I stopped? What did I say that could possibly get him hot and bothered? I apologized and told him that my Wi-Fi had been cut off and it would probably be a week until I got turned back on again. I sent him a picture with some sort of caption like, "My new mask came in and now it matches my hat," both Bakugo themed. He said that they were nice and quickly calmed down. Cue this happening a couple of more times until my Wi-Fi got turned on. I would ghost him until I got connected to the Wi-Fi and I would apologize. The occasional pic of me and some stupid caption now and then. I had to constantly remind him that I am trans. Do not call me a girl. Do not call me a woman. Do not refer to my chest or anything that could give me dysphoria. At one point, Pathy mentioned he had a 17-year-old daughter. Wait, how old are you? He was 31, turning 32. I did the math and it effing unsettled me. He would have been 15. I eventually expressed my discomfort about how I was literally 2 years older than his daughter. He then profusely apologized, and he said he never wanted to hide anything from me. I am genuinely a kind-hearted and gentle-natured, so I let this go for probably a little too long. Between the time he called, talking till the end of the week, he has 1. Mentioned my chest multiple times, 2. Called me his short king who will give Pathy bubble baths, 3. Called me his trophy husband at least twice, And 4, just been overall very clingy when I stopped talking to him for more than 30 seconds. I know I'm clingy, but that's after getting to know someone. At one point I asked, "Why have I never seen you? You've seen my face." He said he didn't like his picture taken often. I try not to judge people on their looks, but he was a neckbeard. All the flags suddenly waved in my mind. I ended up having a big panic attack with Wraith on the receiving end. I blocked Pathy on both my Instagram public accounts and even on my private one that he didn't know about, just in case. I also blocked his PSN account. Wraith also got creeped out after I explained to them the next day, with a clear mind, what ended up setting me off. They were glad nothing happened to me, and also reassured me that they would never attack me, like I kept anticipating during my panic attack. I haven't heard anything from Pathy, and as far as I know, he hasn't tried contacting Wraith either. And to my knowledge, he wanted to seem nice, and that was the only reason why we exchanged numbers with them, considering he barely sent 2 messages to Wraith while he basically spammed my phone. A little fun fact, I called us our mains from Apex Legends. Wraith mains Wraith, Pathy mains Pathfinder, and in case you want to know, I'm an Octane main. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.